Imagine yourself, your family, or your guests gathered around the table and looking at really good food. Now that is tempting, right? Okay, now change scenario. Let's put some decorations on the table. Let's set it. Let's put some candles, put some trimmings, and then put the food, and then bring your guests over to the table. What do you think they're gonna say? That's why I love decorating. I love fixing my table because somehow it makes the food really, really good. So today I finally get to talk about one of my biggest loves, table setting or decorating the house. You know what? I have a tiny house, but for me, it doesn't matter how big or small your house is. If you want to make it pretty, you can make it pretty. And I'm going to talk about how I decorate our table, how I set our table during Christmas and this New Year's. So hopefully this video is going to be useful for you for when you prepare your table for New Year's Eve, especially because we really can't go out because of the pandemic. So let's bring in the New Year's festivities inside the house. So for New Year's Eve, I decided to use a red tablecloth. I have a penchant for all of this glitter, whether with my dress, as you can tell, or with the backdrops that I create, and of course, on the table. I love using table runners. They add so much drama to the table, and somehow it gives me a point of focus where I can put all of my decorations on. And you know, once in a while, I put a little of those decorations around the table, like by the glass, by a candle. It somehow unifies the centerpiece with the rest of the decorations and the dinnerware. Take a look at these beautiful placemats. They come in very handy. And of course, I have these lovely plates that I bought from Winners. Lots of candles on the table. Nothing beats the ambiance of having candlelight, even if I have lights on the table or bulbs on the table. And look at my pine cones. Even my pine cones, I have these simple pine cones, like raw pine cones, and I have these gold tip pine cones. I also love table napkins because for me, it's always good to be able to wash your table napkins after. It's actually cheaper and more reasonable. I don't buy so many decorations at one time. If I see something that I like, I buy them because somehow I can visualize where I'm going to use them. So it really depends on how you mix and match the decorations. I buy from many different stores. Before Pier Imports closed, they were among my favorites. I like Michael's, I like Winners, I like the dollar store, and sometimes back in the day before COVID, I would go to Value Village and find a little bargain here and there. I don't really get tired decorating because I love decorating and I will change my decorations very, very frequently. See, at the end of the day, at night, when I try to relax and wind down, I just look at my table and seeing how beautifully set it was gives me a sense of achievement, gives me a sense of accomplishment. Decorating is not just a task. It is all about expressing myself. I see myself in my work of art. And the good news is I actually slowly see my girls already start to develop that talent. My youngest, for example, has started to decorate her gifts and not just tie them up with a ribbon. She would put leaves and things like that and flowers. So she's beginning to get a little bit of my habit. And I've seen her plate very nicely. And she's starting to actually decorate the table. I never really taught my girls, but I think because they see that I do that, so it has become something that they're used to. Now, my eldest daughter also is beginning to plate her food and present it in a more delectable manner. She cooks and she loves cooking, and I'm liking what I see because I see that it's also giving them so much satisfaction and joy. So yes, let's add a little perk to the table. Let's not just put the plates and serve the food. Let's add that touch of magic. Let's add a little bit of ourselves onto the table. Being a host doesn't only mean hosting guests. Being a host also means being a host for your family. I love seeing their surprised faces. I love seeing them go with, ooh, wow, what's that? Or sometimes they go like, are we changing the table again? Are we changing the decorations again? But see, it gives me so much happiness and satisfaction. And I'm just happy that my family support me in what I do. And I really want to share this motivation with you. Like, it doesn't matter what you want to do. Whatever it is that helps you express yourself, go for it. This year, promise yourself that you are going to express yourself with every bit of passion you have in your heart, okay? Don't let anyone stop you. Don't let the no's stop you from decorating or from changing how everything looks. Because if it makes you happy, then you are actually taking that huge step towards being psychologically, mentally, spiritually happy. And that's our goal. You know, when you love to do something, you don't really count the cost. You don't even talk about the time that you spend doing it. You just do it. And I love seeing people happy. I love surprising people and seeing their happy faces, like when they see that I did something for them. Like what I would do for work, I would create this backdrop, and I just love doing it because it's just me. And so if you want to do something for yourself, for your family, for your friends, go do it. Because at the end of the day, it is all about you being inspired and inspiring other people. It's motivating yourself. And you always just want to keep telling yourself, I can do this. I am happy doing this. And if I am making myself happy doing this, someone out there is going to be happy. And that's what matters most. See you in the next video. Bye for now.